Alright lads, Thurco here, and this video is going to be a quick guide on the sire method that I've been using to do my sire test recently since I started going for the pet. It is a 1+2 method that involves a spec transfer and a vent killer, and it can give you roughly 45, sometimes even pushing just under 50 kills per hour, which is about 15 kills per hour faster than most like 1+1 sire methods. So shout out whoever figured this one out. Not really sure who came up with this one, but they have high IQ, so shout out. Before we get into it, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. If you found this video from just searching like Abyssal Sire guide, yeah, just a quick disclaimer, this is going to be really sweaty and like really high requirements, and I'd say like probably 99% of people who do sire aren't going to want to do this, which is completely fine. Very understandable. I'll leave a link to like my personal favorite sire guide, just like more casual sire, in the description, so if you're looking for a good sire guide, that is the one I would recommend. Another one, I have no idea if Ironman can do this, because you don't damage the boss on a different account, but you do damage the vents, and I have no idea if those two means that Iron Man can't do it, so I'll leave that one to the Iron Man nerds to check out. So out of the 3 accounts, one of them is just a normal spec transfer and heal other account. If you are used to doing like 1+1 sire, you'll know how to, like, what to do here. It's pretty much just like you need teleports to house, like house tabs, and then like spec transfer and heal other spells. Nothing else, nothing crazy here. The second account is going to be your vent killer. This account is going to kill all 4 vents on a different world, which will release Sire and make him attackable. At this point he'll then hop off of his world onto a different world, and then your main can hop in and kill Sire without having to do any damage to vents. The gear that you use on this account is pretty much personal preference. I use the Sanguinesti staff and nearly max mage. Yes, I don't have an arcane, you don't need to tell me. I'm lazy and didn't transfer one. But anyway, nearly max mage, and I use this because I pay very little attention to all of these accounts, or like as little as possible. Because this is quite an involved method, there's lots going on. So Sanguinesti lets me basically pay way less attention to the damage I'm taking, and obviously it's longer range as well, which is nice. And the good thing is that the vents are almost always nearly dead anyway, even using Sanguinesti, which I don't think is the best DPS. Like, you could upgrade it to whatever the best DPS is, I think Blowpipe with Dragon Darts, but you would really save barely any time, because quite often the vents are all dead before Sire's dead anyway. So yeah, to take away from that, basically personal preference, I use Sanguinesti staff because I pay less attention and it's nice. And the final account obviously is going to be your main, which I'm assuming if you're doing this method you're probably just going to be in complete max strength. Yeah, D Warhammer, all the good stuff. You can use slaughter bracelets if you really want. Obviously you don't need the range gear or the runes to do. I don't even know why I have a rune pouch. I think I brought Blood Barrage and then forgot to change my spellbook, so yeah, cool. You don't need the runes to do like to wake up Sire, and you don't need the range gear to damage the vents, because you won't be doing any of that. So yeah, some empty spots for for loot, and then some divine combats and claws, scythe, restores. Nice and simple. So I'll show you a few kills now, but basically how the method works is you kill all 4 of the vents with your vent killer, and then as soon as you do the last hit, you hop out of that world, and there's sort of like a timer of how long Sire will stay aggroed on that account once you leave the world. But once that's up, your main can attack Sire. It has a few seconds to attack Sire before Sire despawns. So hop your vent killer out of the world, attack the Sire on your main, and then kind of just rinse and repeat. You'll notice that the vents and Sire kind of die at roughly the same time, which is really nice. but if you kill the vents and Sire is still alive on the other world, just hop out of that world anyway. As long as it doesn't take too long to finish off the Sire kill, you'll be completely fine. And if anything, it will save you time and get you more kills per hour. When it comes to spec transferring, I do just enough spec transferring to hit 1D Warhammer. So you'll see that quite often I'll run my spec transfer back and I'll just leave him there until I land the D Warhammers at the start of the kill. You could just continuously spec transfer, but to be honest, like, I have noticed like quite often if I do that, I will spec transfer and then I'll like claw spec in the middle of the kill, but then I'll not get back in time to land D Warhammers on the next world, which I think slows you down overall. Basically, I just do just enough spec transferring to make sure that I hit at least 1 D Warhammer on every kill. And that's about it. I'm gonna now play like 10 minutes of me killing Sire. In this example, there is one mistake where I accidentally don't finish don't finish the vents on one world, but according to Runelight, I was going at like 43 to 44 kills per hour pace. I have no idea how accurate that is, even with that mistake. So yeah, 45 kills per hour. You can, if you pay for someone to kill the vents or pay for someone to spec transfer, you can get even higher. The highest I did was 51 kills per hour, which I had 2 people spec transferring me and 1 person killing the vents. So that's insanely fast. So it's a really cool method. If you enjoy sort of pushing PVM and like kills per hour as high as possible, definitely give this one a go. And yeah, any questions or any improvements, because I'm sure people will figure out some improvements to this method, feel free to let me know. I'd love to know. And yeah, that's about it. So see you later. Peace.